Well, who would have thought? Today is a very big number. 100. No, not my age. I know I'm aging a bit, but I've got a few years left yet. 100 videos. This is that magic 100 video today. And who'd have thought back in December 2019 when I thought I might video a few things that I do on the allotment. And who knows, I could put them on YouTube. Who'd have thought nearly a year later I've hit 100? Well, I've been motivated by all the subscribers, all the people that are interested. So a really big thank you to all of you. So today I came out without a jacket because it looked quite bright, but I can tell you it's pretty chilly, so I think I'm going to get that jacket back and I'm going to use these, the big loppers. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with those a bit later on. But first thing, I'm going to get a bit of warmth, and that means let's attack the pond. See you there. Before I start, I thought I'd show you my morning snack that I brought with me. You may remember me harvesting my pears back in the early autumn, and they were green and solid, a bit like bullets. And they've been in the garage, in the cool, now since that time. And they've got a lovely yellow colour to them, a pink blush, and I can tell you they're absolutely delicious. So don't give up on your pears. If they're hard when you harvest them, get them into a cold place and just leave them, and they'll become like these delicious, succulent, juicy pears. Awesome. So I've not done much with this pond area for a few weeks now because it's been so wet, and it's still wet, but I'm going to try and move things on a bit. So at least covering it up affords it a bit of protection. And wow, look at that. Oh, I thought it was stinging nettle growing, but actually it's a dead one. So I'm going to just take out a bit more. I need to go down at least another 6 inches. So a bit at a time, and on a cold day like this, it's a good start to warming me up. And there's some well, that certainly got me going, got the heart pumping. We must be getting close now. I've tried to take out this edge, although I've still got a bit to take out there, I think. And I'm about probably 10, nearly 12 inches on this shelf on the edge. So I'm going to drop the pond in and just see where we are. Well, the sun's just coming over the horizon now, which is nice, a bit of warmth. But you can see on here there's some frost that's occurred in just the last sort of half hour. That first few hours of the morning are the coldest. So let's get the pond in. I'm not sure which way round I'm going to have this, but let's get it in. Okay, well, it's definitely not down low. I can see a big gap underneath, so I need to take out this edge and see if I can get the rim level with the front. So a bit more to go. Well, I am kidding myself, clearly. I'm just going to be a bit more scientific about these measurements. So this is the depth of the pond, and I've got this metal stake which goes from just underneath the rim almost perfectly to the base, and that's got to be level with the front. So if I stick it in here, I'm going to dig probably another 6 inches down So there's a lot to do. Never mind. It's going to keep me busy for a few more days yet. So I've probably done the digging I'm going to do in there today. I'll come back and have another go on another cold day. The cheesy leeks were pretty damn popular by the sounds of things. And of course, they've enabled me to clear this space. I've got to get that last bit of compost out of that second bin, ready for the new. And so I'm just going to rake and do a quick weed over the top of this, just to get it ready for that new surface of compost. And it won't take me very long, because this process is real quick. There we are, raked, and just get these few weeds out. I've noticed that the mare's tail pulls out a lot easier as it gets colder, and I guess the soil is just basically cramping down on the root. Maybe the root shrinks a bit as it gets into the winter months, but it certainly makes it easier to pull out, which is a good thing, seeing there's quite a lot of it in here. I've got to do myself a favour and blow the tyre up on this wheelbarrow. It's turning into a beautiful morning, that's for sure. It's going to take 2 or 3 of these, and I think there's probably 2 or 3 of these in that bay. It's looking really good now. I put quite a thick layer on there, which I'm going to have to remember, because it means I've got a really good layer for a crop next year. And I've not quite worked out what I'm going to put where next year. I'm getting a lot more laid back about that with no dig, because it really doesn't matter if you put the same crop in the same place each year, which is a wonderful freedom. And that's looking pretty good. I didn't see much evidence of white rot in this bed, which I'm really pleased about, because clearly leeks are an allium crop, and I was anxious that the white rot that I'd experienced at the lower end of the bed was going to spread. But on the face of it, it's doing okay. So there's still an option perhaps to put an allium crop in here. We'll see how we go. I've been ordering my seeds over the last few days, and one of the suppliers I've been using is Real Seeds, which is one of my favourites out on the West Welsh coast. But they've been under a lot of pressure with COVID, so occasionally their site is closed up whilst they catch up. So I'll show you what seeds I've bought in an oncoming video, and it's always an exciting time. So I'm going to use those large loppers next, and this is what I'm going to use them on. This is a sycamore tree, and it's very, very well established, and it gives me some problems because it grows over, but most importantly, the higher it gets, the more shade it creates on these outer edge beds. So I'm going to get in there and just take the tops off of these, get it back to fence height, and then the ones that I tend to leave, I'm going to go over and have a go at those. Well, that's cleared it up pretty well, and I've left this because it's my rambling rose. A bit broken off, but it's getting going. Looking forward to that next year. Well, it's always good to keep the hedges in check, and that's made quite a bit of difference, and that will enable plenty of light to get through. You can already see there's more light on those beds for having taken away all those branches. And there's my Rambling Rose, which I bought a few years back, and it struggled, but hopefully that will mean that it does well. Now it can get plenty of light to the leaves. So in the meantime, there's an order in for a celeriac, so I'm going to take one out. I'll show you the roots on these. They're amazing. I'll be there in a moment. So there we are. You can see it's a incredibly well rooted crop, and all that comes off, and the leaves come off, of course, and that's the actual vegetable that you cook. But you get a fair amount out of there, and these are a reasonable size. Not this one's not the biggest, but it still give us a good meal. I'm off to get some carrots. Well, these are the carrots that keep on giving. I really didn't grow too many, but I'm amazed how much carrot crop we've had out of here. I tend to pick the best ones, and they're getting a bit of marks on them, and of course they're split, but they certainly give us a good meal. What we got left? Now that one's a bit special. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it's not an octopus, so that's a good thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I do hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and if you want updates from me each time I upload a video, click the bell and select all. I do hope you have a great day. Diolch yn fawr.